Uh-oh. Um, let's try it again. Yes, okay, we got it. Do like this, and copy and paste and share to your group. League of Badass Butterflies, go live, and Zoom is here, and we've got people in the waiting room. I'm so glad. Admit on. All right. Excellent. We are live. Oh, and I'm right on time too. Wow. Crystalline is right on time. She got the technology worked out ahead of time, showing up to day one of Spiritual Life Coach Startup Bootcamp on time. This is so auspicious. I want to just give a little shout out to, I want to say, hey, Deb, it's good to see you. And Janelle is here and Rebecca's here. So thank you all so much for joining me live. And Teresa, on time, what? Hey, Teresa, it's good to see you, darling. I'm so glad that you could make it. How was dinner last night? What did you end up cooking last night? And Lati is here too. Hey, Lati, thank you so much for joining. I am so excited, y'all. This has been a long time coming. Let's be honest. Crystalline has been working on this for quite a while, and she's been talking about it for quite a while. So it's really, really, really good that you all are here with me today. So I thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get started right away, because y'all, I have so much material for you today. And I want to make sure we get through it. And I don't want to keep you on here for 2 hours. Last night we were on the call for 2 hours and it was good, but I'm like, ooh, that wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to keep it to an hour. So today we're going to keep it to an hour, maybe an hour and 15, okay? But no more than that, I promise. So my name is Crystal Lynn Bell, and I am Badass Butterfly, all right? I'm a certified spiritual life coach, and I work with women like you who have this passion for spirituality, and you have this calling inside your soul to help people become healthy, spiritually healthy. You have a calling to help others heal and transform their lives. Well, I work with women like you to help you make that a real thing, to make that your vocation. All right. So we are in Spiritual Life Coach Startup Bootcamp. This is a 5-day challenge that has 2 bonus days, okay? So really it's a 7-day challenge, or it's a 5-day challenge with 2 extra days, however you wanna look at it, okay? But the fact is, we're gonna be talking every day. I'm gonna take you through a process to help you recognize the power that you already possess to be a spiritual life coach. And I'm gonna talk to you about how to take that power and transform it into a divine coaching business. So this is going to be a lot of fun, okay? So if you are watching live on Facebook, please, in the comments, type live, all right? And if you're catching the replay, type in replay. Also, it's really helpful if you give me a thumbs up, you give me some kind of reaction, give me some hearts, give me some smiles, give me the angry face. I love the angry face because it shakes its head, it goes, I love the angry reaction, and then the teardrop, ooh. It's so cute. I love emojis. I'm a woman of emojis, let's face it. Now, so to get you prepared, you need the workbook that was emailed to you last night. If you just signed up recently and you don't have that workbook, I need you to, in the comments section, I need you right now to type the word workbook so that my assistant, Rebecca, can get you that link sent right away. Okay, so Rebecca, anyone who's on Facebook, if they're typing in workbook, will you please make sure that they get the workbook sent to them? All right. Lati says there's no sound. Oh, it's back. Okay, very good. Ashley's here. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Monica. What? I got the two Monicas? Oh, what? This is awesome. I love that. So welcome the two Monicas. All right. And JoJo's here. Hey, JoJo. Catherine made it. Woo, let's go, y'all. I love it. This is awesome. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to boot camp. Thank you so much for joining me. And I've got a few people here on the Zoom call with me. Oh, hold on. Oh, Crystalline. I didn't hear it. Look, we had 6 people who joined me on Zoom, and I was not letting them in. So look, y'all, my bad. Rebecca, I'm gonna make you an administrator, a co-host, okay? So that you can let people in for me just in case, okay? I see we've got Lindsay and Tanya and Tati Ailey is here and Crystal is here. Excellent. And Tashaba, hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to boot camp. So I hope everybody has their workbooks. If you're on Zoom and you don't have your workbook, if you need it, in the chat, please type that you need the workbook, okay? And just type workbook. Rebecca will get you the link for that, okay? Right. So, I wanted to set up a few light ground rules for these sessions for every day this week, okay? I need you to give me a full hour, and I need you to be as present with me as possible, because I'm going to be working with you energetically, and I need your focus. I need you to be grounded and with me, okay? Also, remember with whom you're dealing. I'm Badass Butterfly, and I'm a shadow worker, which means that I tend to not do a lot of superficial stuff. I tend to go in the kind of some deep stuff, and I need you to be present with me so that I can reach you at the core, and I need some time to do that, okay? The other thing is, look, y'all, I take this spiritual life coaching very seriously, and I want to make sure that I am helping you and that you are getting what you need from me. I need to give you what I need to give you. And I want to help you build your business. And this is a very serious thing because your business is not just an art form. It's not just a hobby. It's actually your livelihood, and it's your destiny. And it's not just your destiny. It's the destiny for your sons and daughters and for whoever you take care of. Your success in your business is going to take care of those people that are relying on you. So when I'm talking to you, I need to make sure that I'm delivering you truths that you can use, okay? That's what we're doing this week. So we're going to be creating a divine coaching business blueprint, okay? A divine coaching business blueprint. This is your vision. This is your vision for your coaching business. And it's the launch pad that is going to bring you a consistent flow of clients who love you and pay you for the transformation and the healing that you are going to be delivering to their lives. So this is a very important thing that we're doing here in boot camp. A consistent flow of clients means that there is a consistent stream of income. And the consistent stream of income means that you can provide for all those people. All right. And I want to have you step into your power. Over these 7 days, I want you feeling powerful. And some of you have been working with me in the League of Badass Butterflies. You've been watching live streams. You've been doing the worksheets. You've been doing the manifestation steps. You've been doing the activation tips. You've been doing all those things in the group. And you're starting to feel the effects of putting the 2 weeks, right? We did the new moon. We did the new moon manifestation ritual, right? We started that process 2 weeks ago, and every day, and I'm watching you in the group. Every day you all are taking steps toward making your dream of becoming a spiritual life coach real. You're doing the things. So this week is going to be intense. We're going to really drive things home. And so I'm glad that you're here. So thank you for joining me. So I want to just tell you a quick bit about those 2 bonus days. On Saturday, November the 12th, okay, this is our the bonus day that we're going to be building your signature program. Okay, we're going to be building your signature program. So your signature program is the thing that you offer to help people heal and transform. Okay, and on Sunday, we're going to be doing what I call an income generating exercise. Okay, and it's going to help you understand how to generate income as a spiritual life coach, because I think it's a wonderful goal to think okay, my goal, first year as a life coach, I've gone through certification, I've built this business, I have my Facebook group, I've got my social media presence, I'm on YouTube, I have my blog going, I have my email list, I've got my newsletters going out, I've got my funnels created, I'm doing all the things, okay? I think that it's wonderful to have a goal of at least $40,000 for your first year in business, okay? Now, you're working on your 9-to-5 job. I'm not saying that you should quit your 9-to-5 job yet, okay? I'm saying that you probably should stay on your 9-to-5 job so that you can have a nice transition where you're making plenty of money in your coaching business and you can ease yourself out of your 9-to-5 and then step more powerfully into your coaching business when you've gotten your income in your coaching business up to whatever you're making on your 9-to-5, whether that's 50,000, 60,000, 80,000, 100,000, whatever, however you want to do that. Okay. But during the first year, you're probably going to be doing both. And on Sunday, I'm going to show you a strategy that you can use that can generate that $40,000 of extra income. So if you're working on your 9-to-5 job, you can see where your business can actually bring in for you an extra $40,000. Okay, so that's kind of where we're going with this. All right, and I'm going to tell you about the other 5 days in just a moment. All right, now, so let me give you an overview of the challenge and what we're going to be doing, okay? Because this is an extremely powerful week that you're going to be experiencing. You're going to be feeling yourself opening up. You're going to feel your heart open. You're going to feel your upper chakras open. You're going to feel your lower chakras open, okay? And that's what you want. You want that cracking open so that you can emerge like a butterfly emerging from the cocoon of your old self. That's what we want to make happen over the course of this challenge, okay? So I'm very happy to be initiating you into this work. And I want to let you know that by the end of this challenge, you are going to have a very clear vision of yourself as a certified spiritual life coach. You're going to know what you bring to the table. You're going to have a deep understanding of who you serve and why you are qualified to serve them. This is important because if you don't understand your qualifications, if you don't recognize what you bring to the table, you are going to be feeling doubt as you move forward and you're trying to talk to people, you're trying to do your YouTube videos, you're trying to bring people into your program, you are going to have doubts plaguing your mind, and that's going to lower your vibration, and it's going to make you feel like you don't have any authority. And if you don't feel like you have authority, people are not going to feel like you have authority, and nobody's going to trust you, and nobody's going to pay you. So what we want to start off doing is recognizing where your power is. And that's what we're going to be doing over these next couple of days. Okay. Today, by the way, is going to be focused on introducing you to the divine feminine, okay, and the spiritual gifts that she offers you. We're actually going to spend 2 days with the divine feminine and what she's giving to you as your spiritual gifts. Today we're going to talk about magic, okay? Tomorrow we're going to talk about that thing I call hard-earned wisdom. You've seen me throwing that term around quite a bit. You all know what it means. It's the wisdom that you earn by doing the hard things, having lived painful, traumatic experiences and overcome them, coming out of them, not with a broken spirit, but with a spirit of, I want to help others so that they don't have to suffer in the way that I did, right? So that wisdom you gained by going through those hard things is what I call your hard-earned wisdom, okay? Now, after that, we're going to start looking at what I call your ideal client archetype. And that is, I'm not going to go into detail about what that is. That's basically like who your ideal client is. But I don't want to complicate things because I want to keep us moving. But we will be working with that tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay. The material that we're covering today and tomorrow is going to be really essential for building your divine coaching business blueprint. Okay. So it's really important that you, if you have to hop off this live stream early today, that you come back and watch the end of it, because you need every bit of the information. I'm going to be taking you through the workbook so that you know exactly how to use the workbook. We're going to be doing that today and tomorrow. So you want to make sure that you are present for all of that, so that when it comes time to doing your blueprint, your work is done, because you need each of those workbooks each day. When we're building your blueprint, you actually need the information that you've written. So you need all the work done, okay? Now, as I said, your divine coaching business blueprint is your vision, and we're going to be doing that on day 3 of the challenge. On day 4 of the challenge, we're going to be doing a roadmap, because okay, so you know how an architect needs to have the blueprint of when they're building their business, they need to do the blueprint. That's what we're going to create for you on days 1, 2, and 3. But then you need to know, how am I going to make this real? Yeah, I have a beautiful vision, but how do we make it real? Well, on day 4, that's Thursday, we are going to be creating a roadmap, so you know every single step that you must take in order to make your vision real. This is going to be super powerful for you, because once you have that, it is on. You just have to work yourself through the steps methodically so that you can follow and make your vision real, okay? And I think it's important to understand that, having a vision is not enough. You really have to be committed to following through on your vision and doing the work where you put all the pieces in place, okay? Now, if you've been following me in the League of Badass Butterflies Facebook group, you know that I am always talking about the divine feminine and the divine masculine and how they must work together to bring you real, enduring success, okay? They have to work together. So we can kind of imagine this as your coaching vision being the feminine. It's the idea. So your coaching vision is very feminine. It's, these ideas, it's a dream, it's feminine, okay? And how your idea becomes real in the world is the masculine, right? And income is a part of the masculine structure. So the masculine is the structure, planning, and the action that are required to carry out all the steps and follow them through until your divine feminine vision is real. And that means that your business is up and running, you've got your calendar full of clients, and you are doing all the work, and you are seeing consistent income into your bank, income coming into your bank account, okay? It's important, ladies, that we remember that it's not just about being connected to the divine feminine, okay? We're very strong in the feminine. We're going to get into that, but we need the divine masculine. You need the structure. You need the organization. You need the container so that you can actually get things done and be of service like you want to be, okay? All right, this is the pathway for leaving your 9-to-5 job. Now, on the 5th day of the challenge, okay, we're going to talk about how to break free from your 9-to-5 job so that you can indeed move into being that spiritual life coach who's thriving in her business, who knows how to generate income that supports her and supports her family, okay, and is doing work that she actually loves. That is very empowering, okay? Now, even if you're not currently working in a 9-to-5 job, becoming a successful spiritual life coach requires a particular mindset. And this is what we're going to be talking about on day 5. So don't skip day 5 just because maybe you're retired and or maybe you're just in between things right now. You definitely need to watch day 5 because we're going to be talking about a really important mindset that you must embody in order to be successful, okay, as an independent spiritual life coach. All right. So if you're really turned on by what you're learning, then you'll definitely want to stick with me for day 6 and 7 of the bonus days, because that's when we're going to be talking about your signature offer on Saturday and your income generating strategy for your first 40K as a spiritual life coach. All right, we're going to do that on Sunday. By the way, just a little note, we will need to prepare people for this, by the way. On Sunday, okay, so every day this week, Monday through Saturday, we're meeting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right? However, Sunday, because I have a class on Sundays, we're meeting at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right? So we're doing the income generating workshop at 2:00. All right, so let me check in here and see if I've gotten any comments. I'm going to refresh my screen here on Facebook. Let me check in and see how you all are doing. It says, oh, there are lots of requests for the workbook. Okay, very good. And Yita is here. Yita, hey. Ashley, Thema, hi. It's so nice to see you. And let's see. We've got Samantha, you made it. I'm glad. Rochelle is here, and Katie. Hey, Katie, it's good to see you. All right. Yes, launch party. Hey there, Azra. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. And Becky is here. Vanessa and Liana, you made it. Hey, darling. Alicia, excellent. I'm so glad that you all are able to join me live, and I'll check in with Zoom too. Look, and I'm trying to keep us very focused so that I'm not all over the place, y'all. Okay, I see we've got Nicole here, and Jodelle has joined us as well, and Jamie, and someone's on their iPhone. Okay, excellent. Welcome, everyone. And Nadia, looks like Nadia's just now logging on too. Excellent. I'm so glad you all are here. Thank you so much. All right, so now I want to tell you all a little bit about me because I don't know most of you. All right, but some of us I know very well, but some of you all are new, and I just want to tell you a little bit about me. My name, as I said, is Crystal Lynn Bell, and I am the founder of Badass Butterfly Spiritual Life Coaching, and I am actually a a spiritual life coach. Okay. I have a, I'm quite busy, y'all. Okay. I have a calendar of women who just see me for purely spiritual life coaching. But I'm also a business mentor for women like you who want to become spiritual life coaches. And this is where my passion is, really, around the business stuff, because it is such a game changer in your life that this is where I feel like I have the biggest impact, which is why you all see me more here than you do as a life coach. Okay, so I've been a certified spiritual life coach for over 11 years, and I've been a healer for over 20 years. Okay, I began as a massage therapist and a level 3 shiatsu practitioner, and I became a Reiki master in 2009 under Master Kumi Ritchie. All right, and I opened up my own relaxation studio and wellness center in 2008. All right. It was called Everyday Zen Relaxation Studio, and it was fantastic. Okay. It was fantastic. Look, y'all, it was fantastic. I loved it. And my soul was like, you must travel. So I sold my wellness center in 2013. All right. And I became a spiritual life coach, and I lived a nomadic lifestyle up until now. Okay. I'm still a little bit of a nomad, even though I know I'm settling in France right now, but I have done life coaching all over the world. Okay. I've traveled extensively, living in Bali, India, Cambodia, Spain, Croatia, Italy. I've lived in Canada, and I've done work like this, traveled and done work in Costa Rica, Brazil, and now I'm settling, as I said, in France. And that is its own journey and its own process. Like, getting someone who is a nomad to settle is a thing. Okay, this is a thing between me and the cosmos, but we're getting there. Okay, we're getting there. Travel has always been a passion of mine. And when I made the decision to become a certified spiritual life coach, I envisioned a travel lifestyle that was very heart-led and prosperous. That's what I had in my mind, okay? And this is what I want for you. I want you to live the dream of your business, okay? And you might want travel or you might not, okay? But with the women that I've worked with, like, they want to be able to have, do some homeschooling with their kids, or they want to be working from home, and they have a vision of having their home, and seeing people in their home, but doing some work online, having retreat centers, but based around kind of creating from their home space. And I love that so much. Then I also work with people who are working like from office spaces, meaning they are setting up their office, and it's really wonderful. They're like decorating, and they're like, Crystal, I'm inviting people in, and we're going to do our sessions this way, and I'm going to offer them tea when they come. And I'm like, this is awesome too, right? So you have a dream inside of you of what you want to manifest for yourself. And I get to help you do that, and it is my pleasure, okay? Now, what I want you to do, everyone, I want you to pause for a moment, and I want you to imagine yourself living the life coach lifestyle, all right? So, okay, look, if you all were in the League of Badass Butterflies a couple of weeks ago, we did the new moon in Scorpio manifestation ritual, and I took you through a whole process, and you all made vision boards. So you'll know what your coaching vision is like, okay? I want you, and if you've not done that, don't worry. You can always go back and watch and participate and follow the tips and the activating steps that are in the league. They're posted there. But for right now, I just want you to take a moment and imagine yourself at your desk working on your business, okay? And for me, my coaching business, like when I'm doing work, I've always got, look, I'm showing you all my phone right now. But my phone has my tarot cards in it because I'm a nomad. I cannot travel with 100 boxes of tarot cards, okay, or even one box. I just can't do one box of tarot cards. So I use digital tarot cards, and yes, they are as equally as effective as paper cards because Spirit doesn't play games, okay? Spirit is there to communicate with us, and it uses every opportunity it can. So for me, communicating with my spirit guides is really important. It's the first step. So I want you to imagine yourself working at your desk, connecting to your spirit guides, whether you're using tarot or just tuning in. And I want you to imagine yourself like building your curriculum for your class. Maybe you're writing a book. And maybe you've just met with a new client. And so you want to make a little treatment plan for them. You all have had an introductory meeting. And so you have to plan like how you're going to help them. So you're kind of sitting down and you're writing it all out and you're tuning into spirit. And maybe you can even imagine that you're like preparing some kind of a lecture for your students. You've got a group of 6 or 7 students that are going to meet with you online tonight, and you want to put the last minute touches on your lecture that you're going to offer them, the things you're going to take them through. Or maybe you're sitting down and you're preparing to give a group meditation. And you're going to do like some big event online. You're going to have like 30 women sitting there. You guys are going to all get online and you're going to take them through a guided meditation to help them heal and transform something. Okay. And just imagine what that feels like. I hope, my friend, that it feels exciting, and I hope it feels doable, because it is, okay? With the right training and the right mentor and the right support, you really can create miraculous conditions for yourself. And if I can do it, you can do it too. But I want you to know that it hasn't always been easy for me. I don't want to be that coach who's like, oh yes, I've always had it together, and you should have it together too. No, because it's not real. I would be lying, and I'm not going to lie. All right. When I first started out, I was a lot like you. Okay. I was successfully working on my 9-to-5 job. Okay. I was working with my family. I had a very important leadership role with them. I had a lot of responsibility. Okay. I was in charge of a lot of people. I was in charge of a lot of things, and they were relying on me. All right. But the problem was that with my family, my parents, my own personal dreams and ambitions were put on the back burner. Okay, so my family worked in dentistry, and me and my woo-woo and my tarot cards were not meant to be working in a dental office. There was no room for crystals and tarot cards and candles in the dental office. All right, and because I felt trapped and stuck, I was constantly kind of guilted into sacrificing my dreams. Okay. And that made me feel stuck. And I ended up gaining a tremendous amount of weight. I gained 60 pounds, and I was unhappy all the time. My hair was falling out. Okay. I was pulling out my hair, and I just was unhappy, skin broken out all the time, eating immensely, like just eating. That was my coping mechanism. Okay. But at some point, I felt through all this pain and this stuckness, I felt this rising in my heart to be of service to people. And I knew that I could help people get out of pain. If I could get myself to make a choice and to make a change, I knew I could do this, right? So I walked a path of spiritual discovery, and then I learned and realized that I could really make a really good spiritual life coach. And by choosing this as my vocation, I could actually live from my heart. I could honor my divine purpose. And I could take these spiritual gifts of magic that I have and my own personal experience and live life on my own terms, okay? And I could kind of honor myself as a wounded healer, all right? And use that energy to help other people, right? And that would feel very healing for me. And it was, all right? If I hadn't taken these steps to make a plan and to align my choices with that plan, it would still be a wish, okay? And I would be under the thumb of my family's business with no hope of my own authority. There would be no hope of living my life the way I knew I could if I could just get out from under that burden of the 9-to-5 job and that mentality of the 9-to-5 employee, all right? So making the decision to become a certified spiritual life coach, it was scary, all right? Because I had never done it before, okay? And I had enough emotional baggage that I had not handled. I thought, how am I going to do it? But the fact is that I could. Spirit was like, come on, you can do this. And just by following my heart and then getting very practical and doing the work, I was able to build what I have built today. Okay, I am going to pause. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to check in and see if there are any questions. Okay, and I'm going to check in here and see if you all have any messages for me. If you all have any questions along the way, please type them into the chat. Okay, let's see. I see Lindsay there. Hey, Lindsay, your picture is right above mine. It's nice to see you, honey. All right, and if you all have not gotten the workbook, please request it so that Rebecca can get it sent to you, okay? Deb asks, what if we have to work on Sunday and cannot make the class? Deb, and for everyone, number one, that's a great question. Thank you so much for asking it. And look, sweetheart, no problem. You get the replay. Replay for you, Deb. Yes, replay for everyone, but thank you, Deb, for asking. And that way, because yeah, I know you all have to work and stuff, okay? But look, the replays are not going to be available for very long. So you all watch them in a timely manner, okay? Please stay on top of it. All right, Lindsay says, I mean, if there was a dental office I would wish for, that would be it. Cute, Lindsay. Excellent. Tatieli says, hey, Crystal, I worked yesterday and was not able to join. Uh-oh, I lost it. What happened? Join the replay. Yeah, the replay is already, darling, up in the League of Badass Butterflies Facebook group. I don't think I pinned it. Rebecca, when you get a moment, will you please pin yesterday's replay from the pre-launch? Pin that first, and then let's pin today's session also. That way you can find it. Thank you so much for asking about that, Tati. Let's see. Tanya says, hey, Tanya, what's up, girl? Something weird started happening this morning. It's driving me crazy now. A weird round brown opaque object keeps showing up in front of my eyes, flying around. I wash my face, clean my glasses, swiped away. It won't go away. Tanya, look. You got some stuff going on. Look, as long as it, send it to the light, okay? Look toward the sun, look toward the horizon, bring in some light and bless whatever is going on back there, okay? Deb says to splash coconut water on your eye. Excellent. All right, excellent. Let me check in on Facebook too. I do not want to leave out my Facebook people. All right, let's see. Aspire is here. Hey there, is Aspire. Lati says, that's living, woot. That's the life I want to live. Hey, y'all, if you don't mind, why don't you post in here, post wherever you are, like, just give me a little idea about what your dream coaching business looks like. Like, what's kind of the cornerstone of your dream business? For me, it really was travel. Like the idea of being able just to be working and moving around and never missing a beat. That was really important for me. So travel was my cornerstone. What's your cornerstone? Put it in, type it into the comments for me. Alicia says, deconstruct, want that. Work from help heal people. Work from home, help heal people, and my horses. Yes, Alicia. I know so many people who are doing healing work with horses and goats. I love it. That just touches my heart. I was wondering how the digital tarot cards work. Yes, Aspire, they are awesome. Alicia says, you said spirit said you could do it, and I almost cried. Hit me in the heart. Yes, please let it hit you in the heart and believe it. Trust that process, please. Okay, because spirit is serious. And especially when spirit leads you to a person and they're resonating with you, trust that, because I'm mirroring you. If it's touching your heart, I'm mirroring you. And that's why your heart is touched. Okay. Teresa says, I'm sorry, I don't have any questions. I'm just tuned into what you're saying. I wasn't able to print out the workbook. I have to write it down. Okay. Teresa, you don't have to print out the workbook. You can write directly into the workbook. For everybody with the workbook, make sure that you understand that you need to download the workbook and then write in it. Don't open it in your browser and then start writing in it unless you're going to remember to save it. Okay, so download it first, open it up from your computer, and then start writing in it. Okay. Hey, Lydia, you made it. Good. Yes, and Lydia, I will send you to me. I have a great tarot card class that I teach. So yes, and I will direct you to some other places as well. And Teresa, yeah, go ahead and type in what happened to you last night. Lati says she's ready to be a healer, to heal and be a healer, would love to travel, hold spaces for others, traveling and truly helping people heal from life's hurts. Yes. Catherine, retire my husband and travel with my son and husband. That is so powerful. I love that. Yes. Working from home, having my own apothecary, doing healing work. Yes. Do you see how wonderful this is? And I can feel all of this, you all, because number one, I've experienced it, but I've also worked with other women who are doing it too. And the thing is, you all need to commit to this and then step into it by saying yes and doing what you need to make it real. Becky says, I would love to work with people who want to find their purpose, for them to believe in themselves, to feel powerful beings, feel the powerful beings that we all are. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Healing people, you're a Reiki master. Awesome. I love it, you guys. Awesome. Now, look, I can already tell I am running behind. And I apologize. I can't help it. I'm excited. Okay. And I got a lot to say. So we're going to be already running over. Expect 1 hour, 15 minutes. Okay. This is going to be a longer one. I also have to get you oriented and I got to get to know you. So what are we going to do? I got to do the things. All right. I can't skip that. So I want to get into the process right now. I want to get into the workbook. Okay. So I am going to open up the workbook. And I'm going to share my screen. So if you all can't get your workbook open yet, just make sure you request it and download it to use for later. Okay. But at least follow along with me. I'm going to open it in just a moment. I know you're eager to get started. Okay. So let's see, my workbook is opening right now in the background. So your divine coaching business blueprint is the vision for your dream business, okay? And it's made of 3 essential parts. It's your spiritual gifts of magic, your spiritual gifts of experience, and your ideal client archetype, okay? Now, your spiritual gifts are twofold, and your spiritual gifts come from the goddess, okay? The divine feminine is also known as the goddess. The divine feminine energy is wild, unchained, infinite energy. The divine feminine energy is difficult to kind of explain and capture with words, but you know her when you feel her because you feel her, all right? So we're going to talk about the first category of spiritual gifts today. We're going to focus on that. And these are what I call your magic or your woo-woo. So these are your spiritual gifts of magic, okay? Your spiritual gifts of magic come because you have a strong connection to the unseen world of spirit and energy. So these are things that come to you naturally, all right? So on a basic level, they are intuition, okay? You are intuitive, you are empathic, sensitive, and you have incredible instinct, okay? So you get chills, you get downloads, you're highly aware of synchronicities, okay? And your personality eagerly seeks these things out because you know that they are breadcrumbs that are leading you to the divine, all right? Now, you guys, let me pause for a moment because I'm trying to talk over the noise of the construction that's going on in the apartment down the hall. Okay, it's so freaking loud, and I hope you all can hear me. Do you all hear that buzzing sound? Somebody in the chat, let me know if you all can hear that. Am I being obscured? No, Rebecca says she can't hear it. Janelle says she can't. No. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, you all. It's disturbing. It's really, really loud here for me, but I'm glad that if you all can't hear it, I'm going to ignore it. Okay. So let me get back into the divine feminine, right? So many of you, because you are called to this spiritual life coaching thing, I am making an assumption that you kind of really embrace the divine feminine. Okay, I could be wrong, but for the most part, you're embracing your connection to the divine feminine. And here's the thing, you can't really talk about empathy, intuition at your 9-to-5 job because your coworkers would think you're crazy. Like, you have a job to do, you got to do your job. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I feel like I need to not be doing this. I'm gonna go over here and do that. Your boss would be like, look, you need to get your butt back on the job. Okay. So, so the divine feminine does not always go down well in the structure of work. It is very often subjugated at work. You have to tamp it down. Okay, your boss is saying something wrong, and you're like, that's not how that's gonna go down. But you got to be like, my lips are sealed. Okay, that's the divine feminine coming through you, and you having to just adjust to what's happening in the world. Okay, the thing that's important is that you know that this connection is real, even though work may not support it, even though your friends may not support it, even though they don't talk about it in schools, you know that it's real, okay? And to be honest with you, this is subtle energy, and this is magical knowledge. I mean, we're going to put it in the realm of magical knowledge because people act like it doesn't exist, but we know it exists because we live it, we see it, okay? We see it, we feel it, we experience it, and we are learning how to work with it, which is, I think, the most exciting part of all of this, okay? So I want you to be a magical woman, okay? And I want you to use that magic to get things done. And that's what we're going to be talking about, okay? Use your gut instinct and your feeling nature to help you navigate all those situations that are coming up at the office, as well as at home, with the family, on the street, at the grocery store. Use your magic, okay? Your spiritual gift of magic is a special gift from the goddess and the divine feminine, okay? Your empathy are often taken for granted, but they are powerful. So what we're going to start off doing is a very basic divine feminine self-assessment to help you get clear about your own unique spiritual gifts of magic. Okay, now we're going to have you do this in your workbook. So let me get my workbook open. It's open, but let me get it shared. I'm going to share my screen. Zoom changed their link. Vana has her hand up. Vana, if you have any questions, darling, please type your questions into the chat and I will get them there, okay? Because, and my assistant is here also, because I'm trying to get through a lot of work, a lot of information in a very short period of time. Okay, here we go. Can you all see my workbook? If someone would just in the chat, let me know that you can see. Deb says I'm teary-eyed. Tanya says yes. iPhone says I don't hear anyone. iPhone, I'm not sure of why you can't hear anything. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Excellent. Thank you all for the feedback. All right. So, by the way, my virtual assistant is named Rebecca. Okay, you'll see her very often in the Facebook group. It says Rebecca Team BAB. I want to let you all know that Rebecca does the graphic design work for all of this, everything you see in the group, from the banners to the memes, to the posters. Rebecca is the artist that brings all this together, and she's my right-hand man. So shout out to my trusty assistant, Rebecca, who, let me tell you something, we would not be here today if it weren't for Rebecca, because this woman is 100% reliable, and she is so supportive of me. I am blessed. I have to thank God for her every day, y'all. All right. So look, in this workbook, you're going to see the Badass Butterfly Manifesto. When you get a chance, read through that, and it'll help you understand who I am as a coach, as a mentor, as a teacher, all that kind of thing, and what I try to do. This is what my goal is, okay? And hey, this is an affirmation that we're going to use throughout this challenge, okay? I am perfectly capable of learning everything I need to be a successful spiritual life coach with a thriving business and a calendar full of clients who love me and pay me for the transformation I bring to their lives. That's a really powerful statement. I want you all to sit with that and work with it. Okay, work with it as you're going through the challenge, particularly when we get to day 4 and 5, when we have more, we're going into more depth with our work. Okay. Now, here we are in session exercise day 1, divine feminine self-assessment. Now, look, you guys, there are, let's see, we got 6 questions. I am going to give you 1 minute to go through and answer these questions to the best of your ability. All right. Now, I wish we had more time to sit down and do this together, but I want you just to get started, get through as much as you can, and then you can go back and finish this up when we're done on the call, okay? But I want to just make sure you understand how to use the worksheet. Now, please keep in mind, this is going to be another reminder, download this worksheet, okay, before you start writing in it, because if it's in your browser and you accidentally close your browser, you're going to lose everything you've put in the worksheet. All right, so download it first and then open it up and write in it from directly there. Okay, so what I want you to do is to basically respond to each of these statements with the following options: true, somewhat false, or false. Okay. The first question is, you rely heavily on your intuition and your feeling nature to make big decisions, and you 100% trust your intuition, even if things are mysterious and you don't know exactly how things are going to happen. All right. Answer that in the way that you would answer it, using true, somewhat false, or false. And then go through the rest of the questions. I'm going to give you 1 minute. If you can't get through it, don't worry, you'll finish it later. My timer is set. You got 1 minute now. Here we go. Sorry, I accidentally stopped the screen share. I'm going to start it again. Give me just 1 second. I don't know what I did wrong. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oops. Stop. Here we go. Sharing my screen again. I don't know what happened. Here we go. Boom. Share. There you go. You all take another 30 seconds to make your way through these questions. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Here we go. Okay, ladies, thank you so much. So in the chat or the comments, please tell me one thing that you discovered about your relationship with trust and the divine feminine, just from what you've done so far. Okay. And again, if you haven't finished, don't worry. You can go back and finish this later, right? Um, why did I have you do this? Well, as a spiritual life coach and a healer, you must train yourself, and you have to deepen your relationship with the divine feminine, because your spiritual gifts of magic start with her. Okay, she's the source from which you help yourself. Okay, and everybody who comes into your business to work with you as your client or as your student. Okay, and understanding this and making sure that you enhance this relationship, it means that you enhance your spiritual gifts of magic. Okay, this is going to help you feel like you are in authority in your spiritual life coaching business. All right. Now, I have to say that probably 85% of what I do with my private clients in our personal sessions is all about tuning into that spiritual gift of magic, using my intuitions, using my spirit guides, talking to my higher self, channeling, intuiting. Okay. I use my intuition to help me understand what's important and to see my client in a way that's different than my human egoic way. All right. I'll use my intuition to help me activate my clients on a spiritual level, on an energetic level. I'll use my empathy to help me mirror to them the deep emotions that they're feeling stuck. And they're like, I don't know why I feel this way. I just feel bad. And I'll be like, oh, I'm like, oh, that is grief, you know? And then they'll be like, yes, that's what it is, you know, or whatever it is. So it's really, really, really powerful. And this relationship can deepen when you let it deepen, okay, when you work on it. So in my certification program, when I'm working with students who want to become life coaches, it's really down to about 70%. So because I have practical things that I have to do, right? But there's still a lot of intuition because I have to listen to my students. I work with them on their unique needs, and I work with them on their particular pain points. And their pain points is kind of the starting point of their businesses. So we'll talk about that more later, but my intuition is strong there as well, okay? So, let's see. Let's go on to the next section of the workbook. All right. Oh, let me do a quick check-in. I want to see what you all have told me. Did anybody type in some? Let's see. Janelle says, I loved the fourth one. Let's see. The fourth one said 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. You're in a deep relationship with your soul, and you are committed and currently passionately living out your divine life purpose now. You will let nothing stop you from manifesting what your soul needs and desires. Yeah, boy, that is a beautiful one as well. I agree with you, Janelle. Vana says, when I'm in tune with myself, I do follow my intuition and I never be wrong. I love it. Look, okay. intuition be cracking, like it is on flick. Yep. Sarah says it's hard to separate. Yes, Sarah, this is a thing. It is a big thing. Like I have to get my clients to wash away everybody else's emotions so that they can have clarity on themselves. So yes, absolutely. Lindsay says, it is interesting because I've done a boatload of work in this area, so this is most important true. However, I have recently pushed myself into conscious resistance, if that makes sense. So the connection is still there. However, I'm super stubborn. Okay, Lindsay, I feel you on that. But you know, sometimes that's a stage. That's a part of the process also. I remember going into a big, like, I don't do spirit. I went into a whole 2-year period of I don't do spirit. And eventually I came back. And but I understand, and I don't regret moving away from spirit. Spirit wasn't mad at me. Okay, prodigal son. Spirit's not going to be mad at you for, you know, having resistance. That's what you're here for. You're here to experience resistance, but you're also here to learn how to work with it and how to overcome it. Okay, and I believe that's what you're doing. iPhone says, I always follow my intuition and look for signs from spirit, but I do sometimes can be indecisive. Ooh, I know. I get that. Huh? Why can I relate to that? I sure can. Thank you. Let me just also look, I'm going to go check on the Facebook comments in just a moment, y'all. But here's what I want to do, because I want to get you started on the next exercise while I'm checking in with those comments. Okay. So let me open up this to the next page. All right. By the way, you all, if you will share your work that you're doing in the workbook, like things that you've discovered, if you would share that with us in the League of Badass Butterflies, that'll help build our community and help me know where you are with the work. It'll be, I'd love to see your feedback and what you're doing. Okay, so just post it in the League for me. So this next exercise, it's in session exercise number 2, day 1, identify your magic. And this is a really interesting section. I love this part. This is kind of my favorite part of the whole boot camp. I don't know why, but I kind of really, I loved creating this, this information and figuring out like how I wanted to use this information. But what you need to do, so what we have here is a list, and it goes on for a couple of pages. Actually, it's okay, yes, it goes on for 2 pages, all right? And again, I want you all to sit down with this when we're done here together, okay? Don't try to do all of this right now. But the idea is to look at these spiritual gifts. These are spiritual gifts of magic, okay? And there are 2 pages of the way those spiritual gifts show up. And your job is to rate yourself on each one of these. Like if you can relate to it, you're going to give yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, you're going to give yourself some kind of a score. All right, for each of these. 0 to 3 being little or no connection. 4 to 6 being I have some kind of a connection, but it's not developed. And then 7 to 10 being, yes, I have this and I am developing it. I love it. It's mine. Okay. So the home fun is to go through all of these and to rate them all. However, for right now, because we don't have that much time, I want you just to kind of glance through them and find the ones that most stick out to you and rate yourself on those and just use whatever feels kind of best for you. All right. But definitely you'll want to go back and do this one at home. All right. So there's a long list, and I'm going to give you just 1 minute. All right. 1 minute to do that. And I'm going to be quiet. And I'm going to go look at Facebook. Deb, that's a good question. If there's a word that you don't know, don't worry about it right now. Just kind of bypass it. And when you all are doing this on your own, if you want to look those up, I definitely encourage you to, because they are so interesting. But in general, mediumship is when you are communicating with the dead, right? So you have the ability to see, I see dead people, okay, right? And or you communicate with them, but it's specifically working with people who have deceased, okay, who are deceased. Let me get on Facebook, but I can't find it because I have too many windows open. Whoops, that's been a minute. Okay, I'm going to be quiet another second while I check in here on Facebook. You all take another 30 seconds, okay? Okay, Nadia is here with us, and Mary. Hi, y'all. Wait, am I muted? I don't know if I'm muted or not. Ooh, Crystalline. Okay. Okay, Nadia, I got you. You switched from Facebook to Zoom, from Zoom to Facebook. That's no problem, darling. Yes, Teresa. And Lydia, yes. Okay. All right. Becky says, I follow my intuition and my empathic ability. Once I get zoned in, I'm on fire. Yeah, I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited too, Becky. Mary, I often rely on my intuition to make decisions and feel I have to create time of isolation to be tapped in and not be overwhelmed by others' energy. Yes, Mary, yes, agreed. Iman, Rebecca, if you can check and see if Aspire Iman has the right link, because she's not seeing. Just send her the link again, sweetie, just in case. And this would be the second, or we're at the third and fourth pages, something like that right now. Okay. Okay. Is somebody writing on my screen? Tanya, is that you? Where's my Tanya? Tanya, are you writing on my screen? Okay, hold on. All right, y'all, let me get back into my thing here. Thank you all for the feedback, by the way. All right. So you all can hear me. Yes, I'm talking. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay, for the head nod. When you've completed the assessment, this is what you need to do. Okay, this is when you've completed it tonight. All right, or today. I need you to look at all of your magical gifts, okay? Your talents, your skills, the ones that you've chosen 7 or more. So anything that you've rated 7 or higher, you're going to write those down in the next section of your workbook, okay? So here you are, I'm back on the workbook, and you're going to go through all these. You're going to, anything that has a 7 or higher, you are going to write those down, make a list of those here, okay? This is really important because these are giving you a clear indication of your spiritual gifts of magic, okay? It doesn't matter how strong or how consistent these things are for you right now, okay? Because you can strengthen and develop any of your gifts, okay? When you embark on the journey to become a spiritual life coach, already just doing that activates and expands what's already naturally yours. And many of you have already been doing work to expand yourselves. You've been taking classes, you've gotten your Reiki certifications. This is already making you expand. Well, when you start embarking on this journey of coaching, though, you're going to expand even more, right? So, your strengths are going to naturally increase because you've said yes to your divine purpose. And that's going to automatically open the door for more connection, okay? Because you've lowered your resistance, and now you're not just in the flow, you're now going and moving with the flow. You're moving in the direction of where your soul wants you to go, all right? So in the next part of the workbook, you're going to write down the 3 highest scored spiritual gifts of magic in the spaces. Okay, so that's down here. Let me move this up. In the workbook again, the next section here is write down the 3 highest scored spiritual gifts of magic. Okay, these are going to become like your special superpowers. All right. And I know that you're going to be using all your magical gifts. Okay, this is natural, but that's kind of just natural for you. But for the sake of clarity, discipline, and structure, okay, I want you to choose your top 3 strongest and your most reliable gifts, and I want you to write those in the 3 spaces below. All right, you don't have to do that right now, but that's what you're going to do after you've gone through and really kind of studied the list. Okay, so once you're done with that, you need to explore how they are functioning in your life right now. Okay, and again, I'm going to ask you to do that for home fun. Okay, but let me show you again in the notebook here. We're on page 8, by the way, of the notebook, and it says it up here right above 8 out of 13 pages. Okay, how my magic serves me. That's the page we're on right now. All right, and just as it says here, you're going to write down how your gifts, your spiritual gifts of magic, serve you in your personal life. Okay, so such as managing your emotions, managing your energy, your focus, okay, your goal setting. How do your spiritual gifts of magic serve you in managing your personal circumstances? So these are things that are kind of like they can feel a little harder to access, okay, like your health. Like if you want to manage your health, you have to be really active in your health management, okay? So your health, managing your health, your education, your career, your hobbies, okay? How do your gifts of magic serve you in those? How do your spiritual gifts of magic serve you at your job? Okay, that's the next one. And then the last one, in your relationships. All right, so this is an opportunity for you to kind of like really see what you're doing with your relationship with spirit and the divine feminine in particular. All right, how am I using my spiritual gifts of magic? Okay. All right, I'm going to check in real quick here and see if there are any questions. All right, Vanna says, I've learned to control things and emotions. I get such a hard, it gets hard, but yeah, that's really powerful. Okay. Okay, you can save it from the file, I mean, from the browser, just make sure you save it, okay? Lindsay says, I'm curious about a couple of things, being remote viewing and altruism. I'm curious as to like dreaming, what would this be considered and is it on here? Ooh, good question. So look, remote viewing is on here and it comes in the form, my most clear connection is to my soul and divine is through my dreams, oddly, because they're not really coherent. Look, Lindsay, do me a favor. Will you go into the League of Badass Butterflies and post this as a question for me? Because I want to answer that, and I think other people will have that same question. But it is, I might have altruism on there. It certainly belongs on there, Lindsay. Altruism belongs on there, remote viewing belongs on there, but remote viewing is on there. I just don't remember what it's called. And this is what happens when I am working like this. I lose sight. I can't remember stuff, okay? So I will find it though if you post that question for me, sweetheart. Thank you very much. Okay, how do you mean share our work in the Facebook group? Yeah, you can either do it as a screenshot. That's a great idea, Deb. Share it as a screenshot, or even just, hopping in there and saying, hey, Crystal, this is what I learned from this exercise. I thought it was interesting. I want to share it with you. That is super helpful as well. Okay. Santonja, hi, Santanja. It's nice to meet you. She says, I'm so sorry to this. I'm so new to this. Sorry. Don't be sorry. There's no reason to be sorry. All right. Okay, good. I'm glad you got it saved, Vanna. Jamie is here. This is a great question. Okay, good. They're on that. Just don't know what they are if they're related to my dreaming. All right, let's figure that out and let's do that in the Facebook group together, Lindsay. Thank you so much. Tanya says, I had visions and different experiences as a teen. If it was dormant for so long, can I? Yes. You know, Tanya, this is a great question. Tanya's asking, like, you know, you have things when you're young, and then you lose the muscle. Can you reawaken it? All right. And the answer is yes. Don't let people fool you into thinking that when your pineal gland calcifies, that you are not in touch, because you can work through all of that stuff. Spirit will just deliver you. All you have to do is be bold enough to ask. I am so delighted right now. Crystal has a cat's face in her image, and it was so freaking cute. It's gone now, but that was just adorable. Thank you. I love it when cats pop in and share. Okay, wait, hold on. I need to finish this. Sorry, you guys. I got distracted by the kitty cat face. Okay, now let me see where I'm supposed to be. Okay, so you now know what your top 3 gifts are. Okay, this is after you've done the home fun tonight. What I want to do right now is I want to take you on a journey to the future. Okay, you've got these gifts. You're in touch. We're gonna use what we already know. We're gonna do a little visualization. All right. And I want you to activate your gifts. I want you to activate what you know about your gifts right now, just the ones you even just know. I know you haven't done the whole exercise, but what you know right now. I want you to close your eyes and take some deep breaths. And I'm going to sneeze, so give me just a second. No, I'm not going to sneeze. Okay. Just take some deep breaths, and I want you to imagine yourself as this life coach who has done the work to create her thriving business. Okay, notice that I'm saying that you have done the work. I'm not saying that God just gave you a business and you were like, woo, I didn't have to do any work. I just got here. I'm a rocket. It's a very different type of thing. Okay, you have to work. All right. And this is the work, though, not the hard labor of, you know, working for the man on a 9-to-5 job. This is the work of building your baby. Okay. It's that type of work where you have to eat the food and your womb has to, like, you know, get the baby born. Okay. Doing whatever it is to get the baby born. That's the kind of work I mean. The labor of love is what I'm talking about. Okay. And just take a moment to let this vision of yourself as this coach who has done hard things. Okay. She's created her own business. What does it look like? And what about you is different than who you are right now? What's different than who you are right now? And I want you to see yourself like in the environment. Where are you working? We started this at the beginning of the call. Let's go back into it. Where are you working? What is the environment like? And here's something I want you to think about. How does this environment empower you? And now I want you to imagine yourself sitting across from a person. It doesn't really matter what they look like. Just take the first image that comes into your mind. It can be a person on a screen that you're talking to or a person in real life, whatever, doesn't matter. Just imagine yourself sitting across from them. And I want you to think back to your spiritual gifts of magic that you already possess, and you're good with these. And just see your 3 gifts floating gently as sparkles of light over your client's head. And I want you to call down the first gift. Okay, I want that gift to work for you and your client. I want you to inhale it deeply and feel it activating itself within your system. And feel those sparkles of light moving through your body from head to toe. That's your first gift. And then I want you to look back over your client and see your second gift. Inhale it deeply and feel it activating itself within your system. And just breathe it through your whole body from head to toe and say yes to it. I affirm that these are my gifts from the goddess, my spiritual gifts of magic. And now call in your last gift. Inhale it deeply and feel it activating itself within your system. And in your mind's eye, I want you to look at your client, and I want you to, through your heart and through your eyes and through your voice and through your aura, I want you to send those 3 gifts out to them. Just reach out to this client who is receiving from you. And just taking a few deep breaths and understanding that this is your power. This is your gift. And it's natural. This is a starting point of your new vocation. And very gently, you can bring your awareness back into your present moment. And you can start to open your eyes. And bring your awareness back into your room. So as we're wrapping up our work for today, I want to give you an important thought to consider. And the question is, what is the biggest challenge to your spiritual gifts of magic? What's the biggest challenge? Lindsay already told me hers. She's like, I get stubborn. I get resistant, right? Maybe it's fear, doubt. I don't trust it, okay? And here's the thing. Most people say distrust. The biggest challenge most people face is trusting your spiritual gifts of magic and trusting yourself. Particularly when things are emotional, okay? They say they can't hear their intuition. They don't trust communication from their spirit guides because they don't trust their own interpretation of the messages they are receiving. Distrust is what cuts off the communication between you and the goddess. Do y'all remember in that movie, The Matrix, when the FedEx guy walked in with a phone and he gives it to Neo and it just rings, okay? And just as it's ringing, it's Morpheus on the line and he's like, you need my help. Mr. Smith was coming in to arrest him, right? Neo answered the phone and he heard Morpheus, who was acting as his spirit guide, like calling him, okay? And Morpheus was giving him very specific, precise instructions on how to avoid Mr. Smith, okay? And Neo was doing a great job, okay, of ducking and dodging and hiding and blah, blah, blah. But the moment Morpheus pushed Neo out of his comfort zone by directing him to go out onto that scaffolding, do y'all remember that? He's like high, he's in a high rise And Morpheus is like, go out on that scaffolding. And Neo was like, okay. His fear took over and he dropped the phone, okay? He was plunged into self-doubt in that moment, even though he was doing splendidly before. So I just want you to chew on the idea of trust and to see where you are with trusting your naturally given spiritual gifts of magic, okay? And then I want you to consider my solution to issues of trust, of distrust or mistrust, okay? And my solution is taking intelligent risks, leaps of faith, and refusing to let fear drive your car, drive your vehicle, okay? Risk-taking is a really important part of working with goddess energy, with working with the divine feminine. She's always going to ask you to reach beyond what feels comfortable. And she's going to ask you to do some things that are make you uncomfortable and make you feel unsafe. Okay. And of course, to be a strong spiritual leader, a coach, and a healer, you have to have a daily practice that helps you strengthen your connection to the divine so that you not only receive your messages clearly, but so that your risk-taking is padded by absolute faith in the positive outcome, even when it's scary. If you're not already doing this, then you know the work you need to do, okay? I'm much more concerned about the power behind taking a big risk and making a leap of faith and refusing to be held back by fear. That's more interesting than having the right outcome, okay? That connection to source is everything, all right? Now, you might think that our work with our spiritual gifts, oh, you guys, wait, so sorry. By the way, I forgot. Here, on this last page of the page 9, it's not the exact last page, but on page 9 of the workbook, there's space for you to write out your thoughts on distrust and taking leaps of faith, okay? So just some empty space for you to write your notes there, okay? And I also kind of forgot, I totally forgot that we have a place for you to write notes in the back of all the workbooks. I forgot to say that, okay? Just in case you want to write some notes, you'll know for tomorrow's workbook, okay? So there you go. So the last thing to do for today is to write out your thoughts on distrust and taking leaps of faith, okay? And, you know, your relationship with the goddess. All right, and make sure that you all check your email for tomorrow's workbook, which is going to be sent to you in a few hours, okay? So just to make sure you have it, all right? Now, I've still not checked on my Facebook people, and I'm so sorry, y'all on Facebook. Here we go. I'm checking in right now. I'm going to refresh because it still says the same number of comments. And, oh Lord. Okay, look, y'all, there are 131 comments. Crystalline is not about to read 131 comments, okay? Because we got to get y'all off the call, okay? So I apologize, but I'm gonna skim these comments real quick right now, okay? Wait, hold on. Oh Lord, I don't even know where to start. Okay, look, Crystalline is having a moment of feeling overwhelmed by the comments. So she's going to just start here at the bottom and work her way backward, okay? And actually, wait, hold on. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to relax and take my time with my comments. And what I'm going to do is just make sure that you all know that you're set. So let me just make sure I've said everything I need to say. So your work with the divine feminine is not done today, okay? We're going into another side of the divine feminine tomorrow. Today was the divine feminine spiritual gifts of magic, okay? And it was fun, okay? Light, fun. Tomorrow, we're going into the other side of the feminine, which is the shadow side, okay? The hard-earned wisdom, the pain and trauma that you've gone through, all right? And that's a part of the feminine as well, okay? the wounding that you've experienced is part of the divine feminine process. All right. That's where you get your hard-earned wisdom. And that is an important part of your coaching journey. All right. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. All right. So if you're ready to sign off, please sign off. Santanja, I see you've got your hand up. You want to type your question in? Let's see. Hold on. It says, been through too much, but I made it. Yes. Okay. Thank you. That is it. I know, my friend. Look, I'm going to stop this screen share and I'm going to make my way through those Facebook comments as well. Okay. And thank you all so much for leaving your comments. I really appreciate it. Okay. This is really important for me. I like the comments, even if I feel like I just saw 131 comments and I was like, oh my God, I should be doing these in smaller chunks. I'm learning though. But Catherine says, thank you. Yeah, Catherine, thanks for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. Becky says, tomorrow I'm flying, so if I can get the replay the next 3 days, yes, I can join again on Saturday and Sunday, yes. So look, everybody, the replays are going to be in the Facebook group, and they're also going to be uploaded on YouTube. So I will make sure that we email you a link. If you're not on Facebook, then you can watch the replays through the YouTube links. Those will be emailed to you a little bit later, okay? But they are always available in the League of Badass Butterflies. They're available immediately and we pin them, so you should have no trouble finding them, okay? All right, Becky says, I work with fear. I'm learning to trust myself as well as the universe. I know I can trust the universe. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Taking that leap, Becky. Very well said, darling. Lydia says, dysfunction around me. Ooh, Lydia, you went there, huh? You had to go there. Yes, dysfunction around me, disrupting my focus and my confidence. Why can't I get through to those close to me? Ooh, yeah, that question brings me to be uncertain of my powers. Yes, ma'am. And Aspire says, yes, the matrix is deep. Okay. Yes. Okay. It is there for us. And they told the story. All right. Monica, it's so good to see you, Monica. Monica says it's a natural gift, no challenge. Very good. Discerning spirit from my own thoughts. Yes, Ashley, and Alicia also seconds that. Yes, it is so hard to know the difference between, but yes, and look, I'm not going to go into this, but yes, you can learn. And the more you practice and the more rules you set and boundaries that you set for spirit, the more you can get that you can have boundaries where you tell spirit, look, I need you to communicate like this. And then you tell yourself, I need my ego to communicate like that. And it makes it really, really much more clear. Alicia likes numerology. Mary says, thank you. You're welcome, Mary. Let's see, could have to, yes. Lati says, discernment between anxiety and intuition. Ooh, Lati, yes, yes. It is hard when you're feeling so much to know where the intuition and the anxiety is. Sometimes intuition feels like fear. So yes, you are absolutely correct. It makes sense. Mariana's getting the workbook. Becky said, yes, I would appreciate the workbook. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. I see that some of these are Rebecca replying. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for being on top of this. Mary says, I often rely on my intuition to make decisions and feel I have to create a time of isolation to remain tapped in and not be overwhelmed by others' energy. Yeah, that's very much what Lydia is saying as well. And I think I might have seen that also in Zoom. But yes, this is all fact. Yes, and this is why people laugh at me, especially here in France. My friends don't understand why I'm like, I have to get home by 8. Okay, because in France, and especially in Paris, the lifestyle, it's a late night lifestyle and it's a sleep in lifestyle. So you go out, you start going out at 10 o'clock to have dinner, you get home at 6 o'clock in the morning. And for me, I'm like, no, I must be I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Why do I wake up at 4? Because everybody else is asleep around me. The dog is asleep, the neighbors, are asleep, and I can just not connect with anybody but myself. And I spend 2 hours every day in my connection process. I'm meditating, journaling, doing shadow work, praying, talking to God, talking to spirit guides, lighting candles, lighting incense, smudging myself, crying, doing all the things. So yes, y'all, I take this very seriously. Thank you, Mary. Becky says, I follow my intuition and my empathic ability. Once I get zoned in, I'm on fire. Yes. Okay, gotcha. I think I did I'm not so bad on the comments, you guys. I didn't miss too many. I've been keeping up with them, so I'm good. Thank you, everyone. So, and let me check in over here on Zoom, and then we're going to wrap it up, y'all, because I have been going a long time. Okay. Let me check in with I'm going to start at the bottom and work back. Deb claps. So right. Santanja says, I already feel like my caterpillar days are over. Yes, in that cocoon. Yes, so ready to be a butterfly. Let's do it, baby. Sarah, scroll up. The book link is there. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Needed Goddess. Yes, you're welcome. Can you send me the workbook? Yes, I do shadow work nonstop daily. I'm supposed to be SPLC. You need to always go there. Wait, Deb, explain that to me. I do shadow work nonstop daily. Supposed to be SPLC. You need to always go there. Typo. Okay, she's like, typo. All right. Spiritual life. Yes. Look, Deb, I agree 100%. Shadow work every damn day. By the way, y'all, in the middle of December, we're doing a shadow work workshop. It's probably going to be about a 5-hour thing. So if you're interested, just keep your eyes open for the email and for the notices in Facebook. Just a little FYI for y'all, okay? All right. Vana says, when battling demons, discovering truth within you, confronting them, certainly create a better adjustment version of you. Yes, setting reasonable boundaries, that there should ever be anyone free. I love you all and your creativity. I don't know how people be doing this from your iPhone, like creating such beautiful little messages on your iPhone. But yes, Vana, I really appreciate your artistic creativity and your expression of soul, your expression of self. Yes. And that's so important, because you're starting it off, you're saying when battling demons, and like you're going in there and you're not afraid to face the shadows. I think that is so powerful. I appreciate that. What if we don't want to go there because we just want to create? You can totally create. There's nothing that stops you from creating, okay, Deb? Like, there's nothing that stops you. But the problem is, like, at what point are the shadows holding you back, right? Because I know that for me, I would love to start creating, and I would start projects, and I didn't finish any projects. And I ended up feeling like a failure. And the shadow was, I don't finish. I don't do the hard things. I don't get out of my comfort zone to do the hard things. And that was a failure. Yes, it felt good to start things, but then I couldn't give birth. And that wasn't what I wanted. That's not what I was looking for, Deb says, Crystal is a genius, and I'm so happy to be here, guided by her. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. That's nice. Crystal is a genius. Did you hear that, Crystal? Crystal's like, oh, thank you. But you all can tell that I am quite passionate about, about what we're doing here. And I believe in it, and it's a pleasure to be working with you all. So for sure, thank you. And yes, I've gone through all the comments now, y'all. So thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, using the same Zoom link. You all will get the workbook emailed to you at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when they're scheduled to go out. Download it, and you all know the routine, okay? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Good night. Okay, bye. Bye, everyone.